Right here I have a realistic one-to-one Spider-Man mask that I bought off of AliExpress. I got it for about $77, but I think the price has actually gone down. I will leave a link to it if you want to check it out in the comment section. So at first look, the box is pretty cool, however it did get a little bit beat up in shipping. This Spider-Man mask is actually controlled with a ring you wear on your finger. However, they do actually have a more advanced model that will mirror what your eyes are actually doing. So once you've opened the box, you're met with a protective foam layer that once removed will expose your Spider-Man mask. It was a little bit difficult to remove, however it looks like the foam did a really great job protecting the mask. Also included was this little pack that came with a micro USB charger, the smart ring to control it, and an instruction manual that's only in Chinese, so I wasn't able to read it. Luckily, we have Google Translate and just a quick snap and I was able to see the pretty basic instructions. I then checked the rest of the box just to make sure I wasn't missing anything else, and then I made that box disappear real discreet. So now that we have it out of the box, we can get a good look at the mask. It has a zipper on the back, making it easy to get on or off your head. And once we've unzipped this, it exposes a plastic layer which is obviously there to house the components of the eye movement and help keep the front the proper shape. If you take a closer look at the plastic layer, you'll see this panel that once removed exposes a power button, a micro USB charger, and this strange space right here, which I assumed was for storing the ring. However, I quickly realized that was not the case. I then turned it on and started the process of connecting it to the ring. This was pretty easy, and after that I was able to see it in motion. This was really cool, but there was a little bit of a learning curve since the ring had no labels, so I didn't know what each button did. After a little bit of exploring, I figured out that if you push the top button, it closes both eyes. If you click the left one, it closes the left eye, and if you click the right one, it closes the right eye. If you push the bottom, it does this weird kind of spam thing, which I'm not really sure what the purpose of. Also, if you have one of the eyes closed and you push the bottom one, it basically resets it back to normal. The eyes are made of 2 layers of plastic that are pushed together to simulate squinting. This is controlled by a motor inside the mask, which I tried to show you here. Hopefully you can see it even though I didn't do a great job, but it's inside that clear plastic part. So now that I've checked the mask out a little bit, it's time to see how I will actually look wearing it. For this, my 2 biggest concerns were making sure I didn't catch my hair in the zipper and making sure it was properly tucked in my shirt, which was actually harder than I would have expected. So once I had the mask on, I was really starting to feel like Spider-Man. However, something was missing. Luckily, that's why we have this second package right here. Although I did buy this from a different seller, it is the rest of the Spider-Man costume. And while they did have several different costume options, I decided to go with this one because it looked like one of the newer ones. I then performed a very cool transition. However, I forgot to record the rest of it, so instead you get this face. So after that very smooth transition, you now get to see what I look like in the Spider-Man suit. The cool thing about this suit is that the ring actually blends in with the blue a little bit, which means although I went for the cheaper mask option with the ring, I can still control it pretty discreetly. So now that I had the mask and the outfit, I was feeling pretty cool. I then tried to hit a cool spider pose and have the mask do something, however it did not work. I then had a couple of seconds where not a single thought was going through my brain, and then I realized that it must have disconnected. I then tried repairing it using just the ring, however that didn't work, which made me realize I was gonna have to take off the entire mask just to get it working. The one good thing about this is that during this process I discovered this cool little zipper in case you need to go to the bathroom, which sure is good since saving people can really take a lot of water. Then after quickly getting my mask back on, I was able to put the ring on and hit my cool spider pose. Yeah. During this time, I also figured out that if I closed one of the eyes and then hit the top button, it would actually switch the eyes. So at this point, you're probably wondering, how is the view through the eyes? And I have to say, it's not great, especially when you're squinting. However, I can definitely see out it a lot easier than my camera can. Another thing I wanted to point out at this part is that there is a lot of condensation that built up. And I think this is because they included a place for your mouth. However, they did not include one for your nose. With that in mind, I'll leave you with this clip of me looking absolutely mentally insane, and remind you, even you can be Spider-Man or something. I don't know.